Buddha.
Good night, guys. Welcome to another episode of Jaguar Journeys, your favorite local video podcast series coming to you from the University of Belize, Belmopan campus. Tonight, before we get started, I want to take a little time just to say thank you. Thank you so much to our supporters, our followers, our subscribers. Without you guys as our audience, we really would not be able to make this initiative and this project possible. And so we want to say thank you. We're getting ready to gear down to the end of season one. And so as we go back to the drawing board and we start to think about season two, I think it's important to just keep our audience close to us and to let you guys know that we really appreciate you allowing us into your private spaces, whether that might be in your homes, at night when you're getting ready for bed, could be in the office space during your lunch hour, even in the classroom after a very long day dealing with the kids. We want to say thank you so much for allowing us to tell our stories. It is really our hope, it is our ambition, it is one of our goals to sort of shift the narrative. We have been experiencing quite a lot of negativity by way of the media, life on a whole, and not just here in Belize, but globally, we've had to be dealing with wars and here on the home front, crime and violence. And so I think it is a part of our social responsibility, and it's one that we take great pride in to say, hold up. It's not everything that is bad that's going on here in Belize. We have good stories to tell if you will allow us to tell them to you. And so tonight, we're going to spend some time highlighting, promoting, encouraging our young people who may be right at that juncture to say, listen, I don't know what I want to do with my life. We're here to tell you that there is a place for you at the National University. And so we welcome you with open arms. And to do that, we have a very important event that's coming up on Wednesday, this Wednesday, right here on the Belmopan campus grounds at the Regional Language Center. It's all about the Faculty of Education and Arts Open Day 2023. And so to get the conversation started, we're going to have faculty join us, as well as students who are going to play a very important role on Wednesday. And so that's something new. I'm excited. I'm thrilled. We're going to hear from them in just a little bit. Maybe we should get the conversation started now. This beautiful lady to my left. Go ahead and introduce yourself, madam.
Hi, Emma. Hi, everyone. Hi, Olimpia. Mr. Palacio. Hi. It's good, Aaron. It's good to be here with you, Emma. I do watch your podcasts and I enjoy them. I do.
You.
My name is Erica Aguilar. I have been working at University of Belize for over 14 years, and I have enjoyed every moment of it. I truly enjoy what I do. I graduated from the University of Belize as an English major, bachelor's in English. So it is my thing, and I also teach in the language and literature department. I'm also a part of the education because I teach education courses, and sometimes I do help the RLC, the Regional Language Center, with ESL courses. So you can say I'm in the three units, but I do belong to the Faculty of Education and Arts.
Very good. And of course, we can't have the conversation without having representation from our student body. And with us, we have two of my students coming from the African Literature course. And I will get into that a little bit later, but please introduce yourselves.
Hi everyone, I am Olimpia Gomez and I am an English major.
Hi, my name is Aaron Palacio. I am also an English major and I specialize in
creative writing specifically.
All right. So we have our potential writer, right?
Yeah.
What is it that you want to do later in life?
I want to be a writer, but I also see myself as not just like a fantasy book writer. I also want to be like a script writer, probably something like recreate something similar to like Game of Thrones, but in my own style.
Wow, sounds
Something
interesting.
fantasy like, or maybe something even drama like Euphoria. That's
Mm.
something I'm interested in as well, either books or shows.
Yeah, interesting,
Yeah.
interesting. So you're definitely in the right program,
Yeah.
right? For sure. Olympia, what do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Well, amongst many dreams, one of them is becoming a university instructor. I think the main one.
All right. So we have a potential doctoral student on our hands. I'm pretty sure you're going to do a wonderful job at it. So we're here to talk about the open day. But before we get started, I just would want us to kind of set the context, and maybe Ms. Aguilar can start by just talking to us about the importance of the humanities, the arts.
So that is definitely a very deep question. Is it will take more than maybe an entire podcast, but to in a nutshell, we need the humanities. We really need to. Every university need to have the humanities and liberal arts. Because it sets up students to be agents of change. And we do need that in today's society, whereby students position themselves to be agents of change, to be advocates in this society for social justice. So the humanities develop our students' skills in critical thinking, analytical reading, qualitative and quantitative research, academic writing, communication skills, so many powerful
Well-rounded.
skills that we need in the 21st century.
I appreciate you talking about those important skills because while I acknowledge that as an English major, you guys certainly you're able to work on to practice your critical thinking, your analytical skills. Can you think of any skills that you can safely say by the end of your academic career, I was able to learn this, or I was able to develop in this particular area? Any of those skills that you think are practical and would serve as a benefit, as a plus for you as you get ready to launch into the world of work?
I believe I have two areas I have benefited from, which would be one of them is presenting, which I do enjoy, and I think it's a personal skill of mine, and it
Yeah.
has further evolved and become better throughout the semesters. Um, One that is even more personal to me is that I have developed the desire to read more and just enjoying and loving reading. Not every book is everyone's cup of tea, but we have learned to love and understand each book or every literature from a very respectful perspective, and just knowing more not only about literature but what you like and what you may not like as well.
Aaron?
Well, I've developed a lot of skills
Talk
in
to
life.
us about them.
But however, I do think the one I really excelled in is in my creative writing, especially with my poetry class I took with you last semester. I feel like I really improved on my poetry skills
Yeah.
because I didn't find poetry as interesting. But as you can tell from like the beginning of the semester to
Yeah,
the end, my
it
poetry.
definitely evolves
Yeah.
into some beautiful pieces.
And
What
then,
else?
like I said, I have a passion for fictional writing, and I took that with Miss Kelly, and I feel like that really improved my creative writing skills.
Definitely.
She was also like one of the main pushers
Want
for
to
me.
shout out Miss Ivory Kelly, one of our
Yes.
long-standing faculty member.
Shout out to you, Miss Kelly.
Aaron, you've come a very long way. Your ability to perform, to present. I know at the last poetry session that we had for our creative writing poetry class, you did a fantastic job as MC, and that's the type of skill, public speaking, that you really need to be aware of. Likewise with you, Olympia, you are definitely one of the better presenters that I have seen in a very, very long time. And so that's something that I think you are spot on in saying, that you have developed your presentation as well as your reading skills. So we're here to talk about Open Day, and Miss Aguilar, I think I won't get involved in this part of the discussion much because I will tell you that most of the times when you are a part of an event and the event is well done, it's well attended, it's fruitful, that just does not happen overnight. It just doesn't. It takes a ridiculous amount of time and planning and logistics and execution, a lot of after hours meeting. It just really requires a collective effort. And so if you could talk to us a little bit about what that process was really all about. I know we started to engage and to meet months ago.
The planning of the FEA Open Day that will be held on April 26th. That's a Wednesday, next week Wednesday, starting from 9 to 3 p.m. The planning has been one of fun. It hasn't felt like pressure at all. And that's because I've been working with wonderful people such as yourself and Miss Nilda, who you will be having soon on the show. And so we've been meeting, I think, every week since this semester began. And as we met, the ideas kept coming. And so we have everything planned, set in a very nice, organized manner so that we have stakeholders, parents, teachers, public servants, anyone who would want to join the Faculty of Education and Arts. We're also mainly targeting the third and fourth formers because we want them to start thinking about their future and where will they find themselves when it comes to their educational journey. We want to show them the many opportunities that we have here in terms of programs. And so we have so many booths. We have booths from the faculty. The faculty will have booths on display. The students will have booths on display. We also have a booth from admissions. We have a booth from the security, who is going to also be teaching or demonstrating to the visitors the safety tips
And I think that's very important. A lot of time people might overlook the security that a university or a tertiary institution might have, but you want to ensure that when you send your students, your kids,
that they
to
will be
school, they're going to be safe,
that
right?
they will be safe. Yes, and so they're going to be sharing some safety tips on how to defend yourself and tips to look
Interesting.
for when walking around campus. So we will have the security department, UB security, on having a booth on display on that day. And we also have the wellness center. The wellness center that falls under the student affairs. Yes, we will have displays of all the counseling and other programs that are available for UB students. Once you join once you join the University of Belize, you will have access to an array of services that are not just program related,
Right.
that are not just from
Academic,
the faculty.
right? Guys, maybe this is a perfect time for you to come in and share with us focus areas that you guys are planning on presenting on Wednesday.
Well, we will, like, as you said, this is for African lit. We will be displaying stuff about African
Are
literature.
we going to hear drums? Are we going to see you in any
Ah.
cultural attire?
I don't think so.
Oh no, Aaron, are you serious?
It's hot.
And
I don't like to sweat. But there are a great many things that you will see out there because we will be displaying things from African literature. We are going to be focusing on like the past, contemporary, how it affects us now. In the past, because we know that Africa is a continent, it's very big, but we want to focus on something different. So Greek mythology,
okay.
we want to let people know that that's part of African lit. You want to see it. You don't want to think of like Greek mythology and just be like, that's not part of African lit. That's part of African lit. And for the comedy, we are going to look at the things that we did, or like the books that we've discussed in class.
We'll be looking at the funnier aspect of literature. So we often tend to think that African literature would just be lengthy and boring like any other class, but in reality, when you get done reading the literature, you will have the satisfaction. It was quite funny, it was entertaining. So we're going more so for a topic of why is African literature so intriguing instead of why you should take African literature, why is it enjoyable. So sugar babies and sugar daddies will be a topic of comedy, while also displaying social issues and looking at these different literatures through um, a current perspective, so perhaps a feminist stance, and we will also be looking at the past, looking at the traditions through Greek mythology, and there will be many other topics that different booths will be displaying and presenting on.
And I'm hoping you guys are going to have an activity, one
Of
or
course.
two, right?
Definitely prizes.
Because remember, we're dealing with third and fourth farmers, so we want to, be able that we
We
can
can't reveal
keep
our
them.
secret traits.
Okay, I hear you. Miss Aguilar, is there any other interesting boot that you wanna talk about? I know you mentioned that one of your class is going to be out there as well.
Yes, I do have technical writing students who will be displaying the work that they've been working, that they've been exploring and learning in the technical writing class. I also have content area reading students. That's education course. Technical writing is a language and literature. So we will have students displaying many aspects of their learning. And so students coming in will get to see, okay, so these are the cool things that they're learning at UB. So I look forward to seeing that when I become a part of the Faculty of Education and Arts. So yes,
Definitely.
we will have lots of interesting booths for
Any
students.
giveaways that
to
we
attend.
that we can talk about?
We have lots of giveaways, baskets. We have prizes. I know we have a Fulbright scholar here at UB at the Faculty of Education and Arts, and he is going to be providing lots of giveaways. We also have a dance from our very own faculty, Miss Gretchen. She's going to be doing a Cuban dance. And we also have our very own students participating in the opening ceremony. Nadira, I think you'll meet her very soon. She is going to be doing the national anthem, and she has just begun doing these activities. So the open day is also a time for our students to display the skills that they have been honing throughout the semester.
Yeah.
And we try to make sure it is a student focus in that we are inviting students to come on and look at what we have so that they can see UB as the next place to be.
Right.
But we also incorporate our very own students to become advocates for education here at
Definitely.
UB and for the Faculty of Education and Arts.
Definitely, guys. We're wrapping up shortly. It's almost commercial time. Is there anything you want to say? What would you tell these third and fourth farmers? Why should they come over?
Well, we welcome them with open arms. They will leave with a lot of knowledge, a lot that we have learned that we will be passing on to them, and at some point they will experience themselves. So be open to learning.
Excellent, Aaron.
Yes, I would say also like to reiterate the same thing. Be open to learning because there's so much to learn out here, especially during open day.
And we might hear some drums. Don't pay any mind.
No,
we might hear
not
some
from me at
drums
least.
still. What else you want to say? Let's wrap up.
Well, I think that's about it. Just be open to learning. There's so many fun and new things to learn from out there. It doesn't have to be from African land specifically,
Right.
but there are many things out there that you can learn.
Okay, Erica, you want to say anything before we?
Okay, my
Those-
last words. Come join us here at the University of Belize, FEA Faculty Open Day. You are going to learn a lot. It is a moment where you can come in and think about your next big step. Joining us at the Faculty of Education and Arts is going to be a next big step that you're not going to regret. University of Belize is definitely a place with many campuses, but it is also a journey of courage for you young people to take on and embark on. This journey of courage is going to take you out of your comfort zone, but you know that whatever takes you out of your comfort zone is going to teach you and allow you to grow. And so this journey is going to help you to develop a growth mindset. This journey is going to help you to develop to learn how to make things happen for you. So come, we'll be waiting for you on Wednesday, next week, Wednesday, April 26th, starting at 9 to 3 p.m.
Right. And that's right at the Regional Language Center under the canopy. You can't miss us. There are going to be so many booths on display and music and giveaways. And so I want to thank you guys so much for joining us. Our next session, we're going to look at another important aspect under the Faculty of Education and Arts, which is going to be focusing on our teachers and the career of teaching as a profession. So don't go too far. We're going to be right back with our second half of tonight's program. Thank you so much for coming, guys.
Thank you for having
Thank you
us.
for having us.
Thank you.
Hello people, my name is Ernesto and I am from Panama. I am here enjoying the experience with the people of Cuba, of Taiwan, of Guatemala, mostly with the people of Belmopan City. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Lydia and I am from Cuba.
Hello, my name is Araceli. I am from Mexico. I am happy for the experience.
Hello everyone, my name is Fernando. I am from Honduras. I feel so happy to stay here in Belize to learn English.
Hi, my name is Areli. I am from El Salvador. I am happy to be here.
Hey Jaguar Journeys viewers! Did you notice a visual upgrade for this episode compared to the previous ones? Well, the University of Belize collaborated with our team at Pro Marketing Agency Limited to enhance the presentation of Jaguar Journeys Season 1 finale. We took our equipment to their UB studio, and with a little guidance, the Jaguar Journeys podcast team produced this episode. And you can do the same. This is the Creative Corner Mark 1. Pro Marketing's first mini studio located at 32 Mayflower Street in Belmopan City, which is only a 2-minute drive from UB's Belmopan campus. We offer podcasting, video podcasting, and live streaming services. Do you have an informative message to share? Pictures to capture? Or a radio voiceover to record? Are you a student that wants an A for their next video assignment? Or a lecturer that wants to provide quality video lessons for your students? You can rent our studio with all our professional equipment for our promotional price of $50 an hour. At the start of each session, we'll show you how to use our equipment, and when your session is finished, we'll transfer your video, audio, or image files to your provided storage device. Please email sales@promarketing.bz or message 614-0813 to set up an appointment. At the Creative Corner, you can become a pro at creating your content.
And welcome back to our second half of tonight's episode, where we are talking about the Faculty of Education and Art, and we are focusing on a very important day that we're going to be having here on campus at the Belmopan campus, which is our open day. It takes place on Wednesday of next week, and we are inviting all of our community and our partners to come on over, check out what we have to offer. So earlier in our session, we actually got to hear from one of our lecturers, Mrs. Erica Aguilar. And of course, we had two of my students with us who are going to actually have be a part of one of the booths that we have. So they're going to be talking about African literature. And that's a course that we offer under the Bachelor's in English degree. Now we have with us another important individual who also serves as a part of our committee here for this particular event, and I will allow you to introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is Nilda Muschamp. I am a teacher, educator, and the coordinator of the internship program in the Department of Education. I recently started working at UB. I have about 15 months being a part of this family here. Very excited about this event that is happening next week, the opening day.
Nice to have you, Miss Nilda. Thanks for coming on board. And of course, I always tell you that, we always have to have representation in terms of our students. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Everyone, my name is Nadira Hamilton, and I am majoring in English education here at the University of Belize. And I tutor English as a second language for 3 to 4 years to countries such as Turkey, Saudi Arabia, China, and Japan. And I'm very excited to be a part of tonight's podcast series with you all.
Why choose English education? Why choose wanting to become a teacher? Why not a business student?
That's actually a good question, Miss. I would say that I choose this field because I want to make a difference in the education world. And I always describe myself to be a creative person. And English has to do with expressing yourself and, being creative, artistic. So I believe that I can, so that students can be able to understand and, just make other people's life easier, their parents and also the students themselves who are learning.
But you're not only an English student, because the evening of the arts that we had, you have talent. What did you do for that event?
Yes, it was my first time actually presenting at the University of Belize, and it was really mixed feelings. I was excited, I was nervous, I was, just seeing your classmates and your lecturers there too. It was really amazing.
So, Ms. Nilda, talk to us a little bit about what you do as a facilitator, a lecturer under the education unit.
I want to begin with the quote from Nelson Mandela that says that education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world.
That's right.
And we want to look at that and focus it in Belize. This is where we want to start by changing Belize, by changing societies, by changing schools.
Right.
And this is where, as a education department, this is what we try to do with our students that we have here. We empower them not only with content knowledge, but we also provide them there is a term that is called pedagogical content knowledge.
Tell me.
And that's the term. That's what we want to do with them, whereby not only do they know the math and the language and the science, but they know how to deliver it. Very important. And our students at UB get the opportunity to do curriculum planning. So they look at the curriculum, the national curriculum, and from there they are able to create a unit plan and create a lesson plan, deliver the lesson, and making sure that the delivery is aligned with theories that we have there, so that students are engaged and students become empowered through the education.
I think an important part of becoming an educator and choosing teaching as a profession is when you're able to come across students that you have in fact impacted.
Yes.
You might not know it then and there, but when you talk about changing the world, I mean, and when you see them functioning in society as productive citizens, I think that is the that's it for me, you know. It's a beautiful feeling to be a part of that. And so, no question when it comes to the importance and relevance of our teachers who really go out and have that one-to-one interaction and mold the minds of our future generation and the role that they play in actually making a difference in the development of this country. I just want to wrap up there. Let's talk about the open day. So what is your boot going to be all about?
I am enrolled in a course, Content Area Reading, Miss Erica Aguilar's class. And Content Area Reading is basically about reading to learn. The same way that I grew up singing the national anthem and I did not know it very well, is the same way we read things and we don't even know what we're reading. So we want to promote skills and educate them on the skills that they need to be better readers. We're planning on having snacks for you all, games, prizes, giveaways, like school supplies. We're also going to have a photo booth out there so you can bring your friends. If teachers and students want to take pictures, you all can go ahead and take pictures. It's going to be an exciting event for you all.
Speaking about the education department, we have a booth. It's called the education department booth, where we are going to have each program. We'll have representative from the early childhood program, from the primary ed, from the secondary ed, and even talking about the master's program that we have. And each of these areas, there will be lecturers, as well as we'll have some students that will be talking about the program. We'll have activities, we have games, we also have giveaways as well.
Alrighty.
So it is with the idea that whoever visits us on that day, they will be able to understand who we are and what we are all about.
Basically making ourselves relevant. Yeah. You're out there, you're in Fort Farm, perhaps this is your opportunity to say, hey, maybe teaching is something I need to consider, right? So that's definitely something are we catering to any particular audience here?
We have sent out invitation to have high school students. You know, they're at this stage here. We actually have invited second farmers, third and fourth, because we're at this stage where we want them to come and see what we have, so that as you rightly said, we want them to look at FEA and say, this is an option for me. I like what I'm seeing. I want to be a part of this. So we have invited schools within Belmopan and the nearby outskirts, and we have open invitation to the general public. So we are expecting teachers as well. We want teachers who are already in the classroom, who probably would have an associate degree program, to come and see that we have bachelors and that we have masters, and that they can be a part of that as well. Excellent. It's going to be an exciting day.
I'm looking forward, and that's because we're a part of the committee, and we get to do all the good stuff, the hard work, the planning, the coming together. But, you just have to get it done because we're passionate about what we do here, and we really want to expand the opportunities for our public potential students, for parents to consider coming to the University of Belize and majoring in one of our courses under the FEA. You want to say anything to potential students who might be listening?
I believe that the open day isn't just about the University of Belize opening up their gates for students and people and, people in general. That's not only the purpose of the open day, but it's also to open up your minds to different knowledge, understanding, skills, So come on out, and we have a lot of, like we said before, prizes, giveaways, games, a lot of things that you all can benefit from and learn from.
This is not just an FEA event. Everybody is invited, right?
Definitely. We want to, not only the target groups that we have that we said were the high school students, but we want the entire, whoever is interested, we want to excite people about this open day that we are having. We definitely want parents to come along as well, because we want them to talk to their children and tell them that there is this option here.
Come talk to the lecturers who are out
and meet
there.
us, yes.
Yeah,
as well as you rightly said, we want to definitely invite the UB community to come and visit us to see who we are and what we are about.
Definitely.
Because definitely things are happening at the Faculty of
For
Education
sure.
and Arts.
And we're here to say it and to tell a story.
Yes.
That's what we do here on this podcast, and I'm excited to say it every single time. We're here to document the developmental journey of our national university that we are so proud to be a part of. And so, ladies, it was fun. It was nice. We want to again take this opportunity to extend an invitation to everybody that's tuning in right now. Come on over next Wednesday. I think we start at 9 a.m. right at the Regional Language Center. We're going to have music. We're going to have giveaways, food, drinks, soft drinks. You're going to come by and actually be a part of something great where you get to see not just lecturers, but also our students who are going to be making several presentations when it comes to education and literature and the arts. I hate to say it, but we are out of time. We want to say big up and thank you to our supporters, especially the folks over at Pro Marketing Videos. Look, we're going to see a difference coming soon to this video podcast, and I couldn't do it by myself, so we want to say kudos. They have excellent services. If it is you want to reach out and, get some real work to push the marketing aspect of your business. With that, you know how we close out. Don't forget to join the journey right here at the National University. Until next time, take care.